All right, here interviewing some people about the Steelers and their 4-1 start. What are we thinking about the Steelers through 5 games? Do we think they're a contender? What do you like so far about this team?
So I don't think they're contenders yet. Yet they have looked good in these past 5 games. What scares me is that secondary. The defense, yes, they have not let a lot of points in, but they've been injured left and right. Joey Porter's missed half the season so far. Darius Slay's been having problems with his hamstring. Same thing with Ramsey. So the point is, can that secondary stay healthy for the rest of the remaining of the season? So, and then that offense, it's the run game that scares me on that as well. This is what keeping me back from calling them to contenders, because you got to have a run game in the style of the NFL now compared to having just straight passing.
I think it's good so far. They're taking advantage of a division that has underperformed, we'll say, so that's what they need to do. I mean, this is the season where they need to win the division. I think they're on pace to do that. I think the Ravens' 1-5 start makes it very difficult for them to come back, even if Lamar Jackson's healthy and he's playing well. It's going to be tough. So I think the Steelers, you can't complain too much, right? A lot of close games, but overall, I mean, can't complain about a 4-1 start. So.
Yeah, I think the Steelers have started off pretty great. They're 4-1. They look pretty good offensively and defensively. And I think this is a playoff team. I think they've done really good so far to begin the season. We'll see how the second half does, but I really like the Steelers as a playoff team this year.
And what do you think of Aaron Rodgers so far? It's been, in the offseason, is he going to be a good version of Aaron Rodgers for this team? Can he still play at the age of 41? It seems like he's kind of answered the bell.
Yeah, honestly, I think he's been an upgrade from last year, definitely. I think he gives you a lot more on offense. You can open up the playbook with him. And not only that, but he's a true leader. He's not someone that's going to be sort of a yes man, if that makes sense. He's a guy that's going to take control. There's going to be a question about his age, injuries, whether he can start winning playoff games, because we know, he hasn't been able to make the big dance in a while, so that could be a concern. But overall, can't complain about his play. Definitely is playing younger than he actually is, so that's very good to see.
If you told me back in April that Rodgers will be doing as good as he is now, I would have said you're stupid, because we all know how he was in Jets and then how his career's on a downward spiral. He's looked like he rejuvenated his career now. He looks happy. He's having so much fun here. I mean, I knew from week 1 when I saw the air pump on the one touchdown he threw, I was like, oh, we got Aaron Rodgers back. So I love Aaron Rodgers at the moment. Now, do I want him for another year? Probably not. But I wouldn't be too opposed for having him another season.
So, based off of Aaron Rodgers, I remember when he beat the Steelers back in 2011. I was only 7 years old when that incident occurred. And he did get a lot of praise back in Green Bay, but, he's getting up there for a football quarterback in the NFL. And I think it's too soon to tell on what is going to happen with our Steelers here and what he can do to the team. We got to wait, maybe 5 more weeks to really say, okay, he's a strong candidate to maybe bring him on for next year, or should we reconsider our options and recruit another quarterback, or in the 2026 NFL draft when that happens here in Pittsburgh.
Do you think this defense, it looks like each week it's getting better and better. Do you think it will be, when it's all said and done, one of the better in the league? And can it take this team to new heights that we really haven't seen in 7-8 years?
I hope so. I mean, they've looked pretty solid so far, especially recently. They are one of, if not the highest paid defense in the NFL, so you expect them to be up there in the best defenses in the NFL. But overall, you can't complain about the defense so far, not allowing a ton of points, except to the Jets. But that was week 1. Week 1 can be a little bit crazy for the NFL. So I think they can keep it up throughout the season, especially as these bigger games start rolling around. You'll see more of a true test. So I'm excited to see what the defense can do.
Yeah, I think they can. At least a wild card win. I feel like this is a really solid defense. I mean, obviously they didn't have the start they wanted to begin the season by giving up 30-plus points to the Jets, but I feel like they've gotten better slowly over time here as the season has progressed.
Who's been one of your favorite players thus far that's maybe surprised you, or just in general been, a standout player this year that's really helped this team win games?
So, I'm going to keep it real simple. It's always TJ Watt that's saving our games. It's always been that way. You can really tell with that statistic, because if you look at the win-loss ratio of with TJ and without TJ, we've only won 2 games the entire time that he's been around here in Pittsburgh playing for us, compared to the losses that we had when he's not playing. So I think he's our most important player, at least the defense aspect.
What do the Steelers have to do to prove that they're contenders? Like go down the stretch of this season.
So down the stretch, we play Detroit, and then we play, I want to say, we don't play Buffalo.
We do at home.
We do. We have to win those games convincingly for me to call them contenders. Because those are, if not, the top 2 teams in the NFL as we speak. So I want us to go in there and convincingly beat these teams.
All right, what do we think of the Steelers through 5 games, 4-1?
4-1, man. I think Aaron Rodgers is meant to be in the AFC North, you know? I think he's playing amazing.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey's a dog. DK's a dog. Everybody's coming together really well.
Everyone.
Yeah, I think they're doing pretty good. I just want to know if they can put it together.
What do we think of Aaron Rodgers' play so far? I mean, he's, I think, exceeded everybody's expectations.
I mean, we're not overusing him. You know, we did that tush push, but we left him out of it, and we're keeping him safe throughout the season. I think that's what we need. Keep him safe, get him to the playoffs, and we'll break Mike Tomlin's one playoff game curse, you know?
Yeah, this is my expectation. I already knew he was going to do this. He's been doing it for 21 years, so I already knew it was coming.
Yeah, it's good to see him back to where he was, and he's doing good again.
We think this defense, we think it's good enough to lead him to winning a playoff game, a couple playoff games.
Highest paid defense in the NFL. I think Jalen Ramsey was a great pickup. I think him and Patrick Queen have a connection out there. You know, we lost Mika in the preseason, but hey, I think we still got a great defense out there.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey really got more sacks than Myles Garrett. So
yeah, crazy amount.
That's crazy, isn't it?
It's awesome.
I feel like it's been up and down, but they're getting better week in and week out. So by the playoffs, who knows? They might take us all the way.
They saved us that one week. I think it was against the Pats. They forced fumbles, you know, every single play. 5 turnovers again for the defense. And the offense really didn't do much to carry that game, but we still pulled it out.
Are they real? Are the Steelers? Can they really be Super Bowl contenders? Like, what do they have to prove to be not just a one and done?
Or are they already? Do you think?
They just got to do what they're doing.
I think, yeah, exactly. I think they got to play the elite teams first and see how, because we've been playing pretty, you know, easier teams so far. But I think once we play the Lions, you know, once we play, I mean, the Ravens, they lost Lamar, but I think once we play those elite teams and we find out who's the champions there, I think we're gonna know.
Yeah, I think Lamar's coming back for the Christmas game.
Yeah,
week for him, so it's gonna be tough. But
it's gonna be
Lions, that's gonna be a hard game.
I think it definitely comes down to how we do against the elite teams. We haven't had too many important teams yet. It's gonna be down to that.